JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, alleged sex offender escaped from mob in St. James. 25-year-old Willis Clark, a construction worker of Summerhill in St. James, has been charged with forcible abduction and indecent assault following a reported incident on the Irwin Main Road in the parish on Saturday, October 31. Reports are that about 4:30 p.m., the now complainant boarded a Nissan motor car that was being driven by Clark, believing it was a taxi. Along a section of the roadway, it is alleged that Clark locked the complainant in the car and proceeded to sexually assault her. The complainant subsequently managed to escape and alerted her relatives. Later that evening, the now accused was seen driving in the community and was intercepted by citizens. In response, Clark drove to the local police station in a bid to escape a number of angry residents. A report was made to the police, and Clark was reportedly positively identified in relation to the reported crime. He was charged on Monday, November 2. A date for his appearance in court is being finalized by the police. St. Andrew businesswoman freed of murder. St. Andrew businesswoman, 47-year-old Caroline Spencer, was yesterday freed of murder. Spencer was charged in relation to the death of Barrington Walton. Allegations were that on September 28, 2016, Spencer had intervened in an altercation between the deceased and another man. It was further alleged that during the confrontation, she used the weapon to kill him at the Constant Spring Arcade. Following the encounter, Spencer later went to the police and filed a report in which he said that the deceased had attacked her and hit her with an iron pipe. She reported that she was forced to defend herself when he launched a second attack at her. 3 persons claiming to be eyewitnesses subsequently came forward and disputed Spencer's account, claiming she killed the deceased in cold blood and was not under attack. When the matter was called up yesterday, her attorneys, Peter Champagne QC and Samoy Campbell, argued that the prosecution could not successfully mount a case against their client. It was argued that of the 3 witnesses that were being relied on, it was revealed that one recently pleaded guilty and was sent to prison for attempting to extort money from Spencer in circumstances where he had approached her demanding $5,000. She had made a report to the police, resulting in a sting operation in which he was charged. In relation to the second witness, it was revealed that at the time of his claiming to witness the incident, he was an outpatient at the Bellevue Hospital and since then had deteriorated in terms of his mental health. For the third witness that was being relied upon, it was revealed that, in giving her report to the police, she lied about her name to avoid being arrested concerning certain illegal activities and was avoiding the police. As a result of the submission, the prosecution indicated that the Crown could not mount a viable case against Spencer. The case against her was therefore dismissed. St. Anne Western Union robbed of $6.9 million. Criminals broke into a Western Union outlet in St. Anne and stole nearly $7 million in cash. The police have confirmed that the St. Anne's Bay store is one of 3 Western Union branches broken into in the parish in the last month. The others are in Runaway Bay and Claremont, but the robbers, believed to be the same group, escaped without any cash in those incidents. The break-in and robbery in St. Anne's Bay took place over the Heroes weekend, but it's understood criminals attempted to break into another Western Union outlet in Claremont 2 nights ago. Reports are that the robbers entered the St. Anne's Bay store sometime after midnight at Gully Road, meters away from the police headquarters. The men reportedly cut through an 8-inch thick wall of a store that shares the building with the Western Union office. Video footage from the branch shows a masked man moving around in the store. It's believed that there were at least 4 men involved, with 2 acting as lookouts. Franchise operator Othniel Lawrence said $6.9 million in cash was stolen. He says most of it was in Jamaican currency. Commanding officer for St. Anne, Superintendent Carlos Russell, says the police have strong leads. Suspect in Westmoreland, a double murder, turns himself in, another being sought. A suspect who was being sought by the police in connection with a case of double murder and wounding with intent in Westmoreland on September 30 has turned himself in. 21-year-old Brandon Ewan of Hudson Street turned himself into detectives at the Major Investigation Division yesterday. Reports are that about 6:55 p.m., Ewan and another assailant entered a shop on Hudson Street and opened gunfire, hitting 3 people, 2 of whom succumbed to their injuries. They are 22-year-old Roger Reed and 24-year-old Antonica Wedderburn. Ewan was subsequently charged. Meanwhile, police are seeking 29-year-old Andre Hines, otherwise called Bunny, who is the other suspect named in the incident. He is urged to turn himself in immediately, and anyone knowing his whereabouts is asked to contact the Savlamar Police at 876-955-2758. Crime Stop at 311 or the nearest police station. 47 new COVID-19 cases, 2 more deaths. Jamaica has recorded 47 new cases of COVID-19 and confirmed 2 deaths as a result of the virus in the last 24 hours. The Ministry of Health and Wellness said the new cases consist of 26 males and 21 females, with ages ranging from 10 years to 74 years. The country's total confirmed COVID-19 cases now stand at 9,373, of which 4,287 are active. Of the new cases, 17 are from St. Catherine, 11 are from Kingston and St. Andrew, 4 are from Trelawney, 3 each are from Clarendon, St. James and Westmoreland, 2 each are from St. Mary and St. Anne, and 1 each came from Manchester and St. Elizabeth. The ministry said one of the new cases is a local transmission. 3 are contacts of confirmed cases, and the other 43 cases are under investigation. Meanwhile, the ministry said the latest deaths are that of a 64-year-old male from St. Mary and a 70-year-old male from St. Catherine. The country's total deaths since the outbreak now stand at 217. However, the ministry also reported the coincidental deaths of a 93-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew and a 72-year-old female from St. Catherine. 3 more deaths were also reported under investigation. In addition, the ministry reported that 41 more patients have recovered from the virus. This brings the country's total recoveries to 4,745. 4 shot at candlelight vigil. The St. James Police are maintaining a strong presence in the Cambridge community after 4 persons were shot at a candlelight vigil last Saturday. According to police reports, about 11 p.m., 2 gunmen opened fire on a group of community members. When the police reached the location, 4 persons were discovered suffering from gunshot wounds. They were then taken to hospital. 3 motor vehicles were also damaged by bullets. The vigil was being held for Javoy Sparks of Duckett's Road in the community, who died on October 15 after complaining of feeling ill. A resident said that about 3 p.m. on the day Javoy died, he was at home with his mother and other children when he ate a piece of bread and drank a bag juice. Later in the evening, about 5 o'clock, Javoy did in the house play a video game when an ice cream man passed through, and the mother buy ice cream for him and some other picnic over the house, the resident said. Shortly after that, him tell him mother that him not feel so well, and she tell him to go lie down. But everything turned upside down when one of the picnic them come tell him mother say him lie down pan the bed with him mouth up wide and say him nah move. The mother raised an alarm, and she and other family members took Javoy to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police say they are searching for 2 persons of interest in connection with the shooting. 3 schools opt out of face-to-face pilot. 3 of the schools that were initially selected to participate in the 2-week face-to-face learning pilot program have opted out. The Education Ministry has identified them as the Troy and Albert Town High Schools in Trelawney, as well as the Tranquility Primary and Infant School in Portland. In a release, the Education Ministry indicated that these schools would not be able to have all systems in place in time for the start of the pilot program on Monday, November 9. These schools have since been replaced by others. Final list of schools for face-to-face pilot include Yellows High School, St. Thomas, Steertown Primary and Junior High School, St. Anne, Somerton All-Age and Infant School, St. James, Newcomb Valley Primary School, St. Elizabeth, Morgan's Forest Primary and Infant, Clarendon, Mile Gully Primary School, Manchester, Kempsale High School, Clarendon, Garlogie Primary and Junior High, Clarendon, Chatsworth Primary and Infant School, St. James, Chantilly Primary School, Westmoreland, Bethlehem All-Age and Infant School, St. Elizabeth, Ballards Valley Primary School, St. Elizabeth, Alston High School, Clarendon, Moortown Primary and Junior High School, Portland, Chalky Hill All-Age, St. Anne, Devon Primary, Manchester, and Monique Primary and Junior High, St. Anne. The Education Ministry says its regional teams are working with the schools to ensure it is all systems go come Monday. The ministry also said it is committed to continuing consultation with the schools and helping them to ensure that the pilot is a success. On Monday, the principal of the Yellows High School raised concern that there had been no consultation with him about the inclusion of his school for the pilot program. Meanwhile, Education Minister Favour Williams said the pilot of 17 schools is a very cautious move to bring students back in the face-to-face learning environment. The ministry is committed to working with these schools to ensure that this phased resumption is as smooth as possible, she said, adding that the COVID-19 pandemic has severely impacted the education sector, forcing the government to seek alternative ways for teaching and learning to continue. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.